machines feel a little louder today, and as the grid comes to life, the map shows more of those red signals in the distance. We still don't know what they are or if they're even reacting to us. Hey everyone, I'm Skye, and today we are playing Swarmdustry. Today we expand the outpost, build more early automation, and push a little further into the unknown. New power lines, new structures, and maybe our first clue about how this world reacts once we grow too close to the edge. Today what I'd like to get done is we got the some of the power is up. I want to add in maybe some more of these movers in here, get some of these movers going so they can process, and we can be processing more stuff in these lines and keep those lines moving. The other thing is if we go into here, I want to get this researched here, and then I want to get up here and get this this small worker bay. And the reason I want the small worker bay is it encodes the basic blueprint for worker coordination hubs, enabling the assignment of tasks within a localized area of the colony. So basically what that does is I can say I want so many of the movers. I want 2 movers on this line all the time. Maybe I want 4 on this line all the time and stuff like that. So that way that they don't just go to like whichever line that they want to go, I can keep them where I want. So that's ultimately what I want to work towards. And then, so we got that going there. Now, the other thing is I'm thinking I want to do is I want to set this up so that it is taking coal from here and it's coming up here and going into our boil chambers. And I also want to make another boil chamber because I have a feeling that we are going to get to the point where we're going to require more fuel or need to have more energy and everything pumping out. So you see here, let's see if we can't make one of these bad boys here. We're going to require more iron because we just dumped all of our iron into that machine up there. I can make one of those. Yes, good. Let's get that boiling chamber up and then get that moving. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to set this up here. I need to get another one of these trail buffs. Let's get one of those going. And I'm going to put that right here. Because I'm planning to put another machine back here, and then I'm going to have these guys to work their magic. So I'm going to go here, and then I'll turn this. All right, now we have that there. I can put the other one right there. And then I want to get a grabber. Let's take a grabber here. We'll put that there and that right there. And that way we'll continue our process of keeping the power moving. Now we just need to start mass producing these little movers, getting these movers going here. There we go. That's looking a little bit better there. How's this thing doing? It looks like it's just on the verge of unlocking the hatchery, but it's not unlocking it. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, the hatchery is already unlocked. It was just showing it that it was still there. Okay, now that we have that, I want to get the basic brain knocked out. Once we get the basic brain, that's going to unlock the molder, which is going to allow us to make more of our little guys and all of our units and stuff like that. And then we can do it more of a mass producing. So let's set up the brain there. And then I'm thinking I might want to do lights just so that we have lights during the day. That would be nice. So we'll do that one. And I'm going to leave that open for right now. Actually, let's cancel that for a minute. I need to make this. I forgot that I need the synthetic skin, and its protection evolves flexible synthetic flesh, grows over vital parts of offer resilience, structure, and integration between metal and meat. So what it is for me to make this hatchery, I think for me to make it, I need to have this synthetic skin. So we'll knock out the synthetic skin first, and then after that, then we'll do the brain. And then I want to do, yeah, we can do the light. And if I decide to, let me see, the light's only 10, so that's not too bad. And then we'll set up, well, we can't seem to set up the molder yet because it's still in the red. Once it does the brain, then we can get the molder all primed up. So we'll go with that for now. Let's see how we're doing. Now, I want to do is I want to take, I want to start bringing a line that's up here. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll put a line more out this way in this general direction. And then I'm going to set up a bunch of these genetic chambers, and I'm going to run these lines out to them. And then we can start producing all that. See how this is going? It's all like now on the same line, and there's nothing here. That's what we need to change. We need to fix that. Did we unlock that? No, we haven't. That's right. So we do need the lights to be able to unlock the small worker bay. So, but I wanted to get the synthetic skin out of the way. So I guess what I want to do is to cancel that one, but I'll wait until that synthetic skin is done, which means that we don't have anything that's processing or keeping this all this stuff going the right way we want it to go. So we're going to just have to do this by hand for the time being until we can get that little small worker bay going. And then we should be able to get more consistency on that. But right now we'll just have to work with what we got. Now, if I had some of these grabbers here, but maybe like a long grabber, because it seems we can only put just one thing on these guys as they're coming up. If I could put some coal on them too, then I could keep this more automated. Coal on it automatically instead of me having to keep coming up here to refill these. Yeah, see, now we need the synthetic skin to be able to make the hatchery. So we're going to have to wait for that synthetic skin to get done so we can make that hatchery. And then let me see for other stuff right now. While we're waiting for that synthetic skin to knock out, let's see if we can't get more of these movers out of the way. That'd be good. It looks like we're going to need some more worms. Well, that chest is near the end. We'll have to wait until that's done. But in the meantime, let me see. Oh, I don't have any of these either. So we'll have to get some of our needle spires here. We'll have to get some of those made as well. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to start automating this now that we're starting to get more iron coming in. And then we have this coming up over here. Because I'm thinking what I want to do is I want to do a splitter. So let me see. What do we require to make a splitter? We can make... We don't have enough stuff. Looks like, well, we need more iron bar. We got plenty of iron bar here now. But I want to make one of these splitters here. Let's make one. And then I want to see about adding that into our line. If we can get this going here where some of it goes in and goes into the into a box for us to use, and then the rest of it goes off, and then we're going to make a line out here full of the genetic chambers. If we can make a bunch of genetic chambers out here, we can start moving this the iron ingots and some of the spores. And we can bring those out, and then I can automatically start filling those up and keeping our research going. Okay, it looks like that we've got some more of these movers. Let's see if we can add these to the line, get these going. Should have 5 more sets of movers coming up. We'll get these movers going, and that should really kind of keep this line going, hopefully. Now, it's too bad that I see when these things go by, then the little arm comes out. It's too bad that the arm is not already out as it's going by, so it's picking those things up. So then this guy here basically goes through without even like getting really touched. We'll put our chest out here, get that going, and then we got to get the power set up for out here. Let me see. should be able to do that. That should cover all that there. And we should probably get some more miners going so we can make sure that all of these are being used. I want to also set up some more out here. And then I want to run this line across here. Let's finish up this line. I want to do is this one here. So I'm going to run this across right here. And then I'm going to need to get another buffer here. Trail buffer. Let's put that right there on the edge. Now we're starting to work on the brain, so that's good. We got to get that going, get that moving. It seems like everything is going pretty good. A lot of everything seems to be pretty much staying up. Just need to get the those miners set up, and let's see if we can't get some of these also. All right, looks like the next order of business here is for us to start setting this up and getting more miners and everything. I might even pull this along here and then just have the miners come off the iron so we can bring in more iron. But I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on here. Check to make sure this is staying up, that we are getting our research done, which it looks like we are. We finally just unlocked another key component. We've got the brain is knocked out now, so we should be able to do the molder next. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the lights, and then that way I can start doing the small worker base so that then we can start getting the movers to go where they need to be instead of them all kind of all over the place. Now, the other thing I want to do is let's see if we can't set up some more miners. Okay, so this one has two. That's two. That's two. There's two. Two. This one has one. And then this one has 0, so we'll put 2 on that one. And this one has 2. That was 2. This has none. So we'll put 2 on that one for going up there, getting that coal. And then let me see here. Should be getting a few more miners here. I'm going to set down another 6 on these ones here. I'm hoping that they go for this and not for up here. I may need to like just grab this, pull this down to where it's more closer to this. Because I usually just go to the nearest. They're a little lazy on that part. Okay, so we got that light knocked out. Let's get the small worker pod bay, the small worker bay knocked out. And I also want to do is the molder one. Let's get that out of the way. And then I'm thinking what we want to do here also is probably the acid pod. A hive arms itself with venom. Acid venoms awaken. These are fleshy turrets that spit rapid, corrosive projectiles to dissolve threats before they can bite. So just in case we start getting some of those critters coming from the down south, you know, some of those red spots or whatnot, we could start sending that up and getting our defenses ready. We could also do this one here, this mechanization. The hive embraces crude craft, basic processors awaken, flesh-wrapped mechanisms that reshape simple input into primitive tools and components. Not sure exactly what that means, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe that might be something we might need. So let's see if we can't knock that one out. And then, oh, here's the long grabber. Oh, that's something I could use too. All right, so if we can get those done, we should have a lot of this technology. You can see there's not a lot of technology right now, but we definitely will see if we can get at least this first part done and start moving forward. And possibly start working on the red DNA, which is going to unlock the rest of a couple items here. We got this one here, and this one, it requires the red DNA, and this one, the fast grabber. And then at that point, then we'll start moving more up in here, more of the more advanced items and whatnot. Now, if you click on these little grabbers, we can click on them and it says deposit slot, says input fuel. We could just do output. I don't know if it would bring that out. Doesn't. Let me see. Fuel input. No, it pretty much does the same thing. It has to have one of the movers to go by for it to bring the item out. It doesn't automatically process it. Now, these ones up here, I guess we could, since they are technically fuel for the system, it says input fuel. So I guess they're inputting fuel. I guess we could just leave it like that. I don't know. I'm not sure how we can work that. Now, there are these ones down here of things that we can do. We have this copy, which allows to copy like a bunch of this and be able to make multiple copies of it. Or we can do a like a copy, then a paste, and then we can also do a deconstruct of a bunch of stuff. We can also do a blueprint. So the copy is more like I guess it could be also used in a blueprint kind of a setting. Now this is the alt mode, but I mean, we don't really need to click that. We can just hit alt and it does the same thing. Now, once we get that pod thing, we should be able to start not having to keep going back through here and pick up all this iron and hand feed these machines. It'll do it automatically for us. So that's going to be pretty nice. Almost have that little worker bay done. And let me see here. We do have that synthetic stuff done. So we should be able to go into our production. Let's make some hatcheries. We make 4 of those. That should be good. These little guys are going to be making it so that we can start pumping out those worms that we need for making our units. So I'm thinking, let me see, maybe something up in this general ballpark. There we go. Get rid of that tree. And then we want to take some of these power lines. Let's run these up here. I was hoping to kind of keep it in the center. That way it stays out of the way. Now we need to go through each one of these. We want to set these up for larvae once they start getting powered and energized and all that fun stuff. And then we're going to need to also set up some lines for that so that the larvae can come off. And then once we make the molders, then we'll be able to start producing units like the miners and all that. And I'll have these things automatically feeding off. They'll go into a box. And then from that point, then they'll go into the molders along with the other requirements that we need for, like, say, the miner, which requires the larva, which I call the worm. And then it's going to require a weak heart. So we're going to have another machine that makes the weak hearts. For us to make the weak hearts, it's going to require us to do spore and iron bar. So a lot of stuff requires the spores and iron bars. And then once we make that, then we should be able to start really pumping out miners. I'd like to do maybe this one here. So if I can make a line that does the weak hearts and with the larva, then we should be able to start really pumping out movers, which is what we need to do to make sure we keep all of our lines going. Now it looks like that we finally just unlocked the worker base. So let's go in and see if we can't make some of these. There it is right there. Looks like we need a bunch of iron. That's good because we got a bunch of iron sitting out here. All right, so I got some bays now. Let's put those down here. Let's see, I'll put that right there, I guess. So we want to put one bay, and we want it to be right close to the where the trail buffer is. So we're going to put that right there. And then what we do is we click on this, and we can choose different things. We have all these different slots where we can choose all the different things we want to do. But I want to do mover, and let's set on movers. Let's set 4 for this one. So now it's going to always bring 4 movers here to run this this little line here for now until we get going. It has a max of 50 that we can run on this line. Let me see. I want to do the small worker here, and let's put the small worker thing right there. And so on this one here, I want the small worker. Let's just do 2 for this one. And we want to do movers. So now I want movers and I want 2. That's probably why we weren't having anything running on that line. There we go. So now we got 2 there, and let's do another one over here. And on this one here, let's run, say 4. Let's run 4 for now of the movers. Might want to even run more because we have quite a few of them that are all stuck down here. Let's see if we can't run maybe a few more on this line. Let's run 8. And then I want to make a couple more of these because I tell you, these things are golden right now to kind of keep our lines going the way they need to be going. So I'm going to put one right here. And on this one here, let's do movers. And let's put 2 for that for right now. Now that's not the max. It just means that I want 2 to come to this spot. And then let me see, we got one here. Let's run this one over here from this spot. And from this one here, I'm just going to say 2 for right now because we don't have really anything that's running or any miners in this area. And then I want to run 1 down here. And let's see, let's do movers. Let's do 4 on this one. Now let's see where that puts us. So the line's pretty much bugged out. No pun intended. Yeah, looking pretty good now. Looking pretty good. Says that we have a 2 max on there, so that's good. What do we have down here? It's too bad that we can't just hover over this and we can see like what our max and what our idle is. But yeah, so we have 8 working right now on that one. So that's keeping everything going there. And then this one here has all 4. I'm thinking that we might want to even move that a little bit better. Now, I don't know if we add in the fireflies on this, it really only just matters in this, whatever this covers. So it doesn't really cover that many areas. So we have all of our fireflies out here. They're taking care of all this right now, trying to get that all going. Now, we have 15 miners. Let's see, we got 2, get 2. We're all good there. Let's see if I put one here. Does it go to this thing? Yeah, it's going to that. So how about this? If I do the 2 there. Good. See, I knew that one of them was going to go this way, and that's what I was hoping it would not happen. So what I think what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to have to copy this. And I want to bring that down into here. Okay, we'll put some more here, get this all situated back up. Now we got it all down. And then we just need to put chest in there. There we go. And let's get the power up in there. There we go. We got that good. All right, good. So that should get us a couple more. Let's see if we can't run these guys here. All these, there we go. So now all the guys are going to the right spot here. And we have 2, 2, and 2 on there. 2, 2, 2. I think we can increase this, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll still have to work with that. Now we got the buffers here. 2, 2, 2 is good there. And this one here is 2, 2. And these are 0 up here. Let's see if we can't work these. One more miner there, and we should have that that's set up. Okay, so we are looking pretty good now. We've gotten a lot of the stuff is more automated now. Things are moving along. We've gotten a lot more of the miners set up. We got the flies are coming out here. They're getting those things. Now these power poles or the needle spires, they do break down after a while, so we have to keep track of these, make sure that they're always connected. Sometimes they'll just disappear, and then we have to come out here, reconnect them to kind of keep the old power grid going. So it looks like right now we're doing pretty good. Okay, so we now have the line all set up here for the our little worm guys, our larvae, and it's hopefully we'll start getting power up here. I don't know why we don't have power on this machine, but it's already started putting some stuff in there. Now we have this research here. The only thing is we're short on this power, but we did unlock a few more things here. You can see that in the green here is all the stuff that we've unlocked so far. So the next order I want to do is, let's see, these are 75. These are 10. I'm thinking maybe unlocking these here. Now the fireflies right here. By doing these ones here allows us to even them to carry more power to send to all of our different areas. That actually might be good. And then these miners are able to carry more stuff back to the depots. So we might even maybe work on that. But let's see if we can't. I want to get the red one out of the way. What's it require to make red? Oh. Takes grabbers and movers. Okay, well that's good to know, because we're gonna I was gonna maybe mass produce our movers anyway, so that'll work out pretty nice. So let's begin sequencing on that one there, and then that's gonna unlock this up here, the speed module. That'll be nice. And then we'll see here, we want to do probably the acid pod just in case we need to start setting up all of our defenses. So let's do that one there. And then I think after that, then I just want to knock out these two, get these knocked out here. So we'll do this one here, and then we'll do this one over here. Oh, that looks like we can only just do 4 for the time being. So we'll work with that, and then we'll come back. At least we'll get the power going and all that. I think as far as resources, we are doing pretty good. Great. Let's make one of these molders, see what that looks like. And then there's a processor here. I'm thinking let's make one of these processors. I kind of want to see what that looks like and see what we can do with that and how we can change things up. All right, let's see what the molder looks like. So if I put that there and I want to put this one here, let's see what these do. Okay, so these ones here allow crafting of buildings, which is good because for us to do the red one, it's going to require us to make hearts. So we have the hearts here, and then it was it was grabbers, right? It was grabbers, and then it was the combat units to make the red research stuff. So we're gonna have to make a line that makes the grabbers, and then we're gonna have to make probably this one over here, right? Yeah. So we have to use this one here to make our movers. So I think what I want to do right now is I want to set up a line, or maybe a couple lines that do weak hearts. Now this one here only does units, but I'm going to have to take my larva line here, run this over, and hook this up. Now my science here, I don't know. I mean, I am pretty far along in the science, and I guess I'll pick that up for now. And then what I want to do is I'm going to put this in here as a splitter, maybe like right here. So it's a little ways away. Then I want it to go back into the machine. And then we'll put this out here. And then this is going to go to different directions. So we'll have one that comes this way. And then it's going to go into this. And from this here, then I'm going to put the box here. And then on this other direction, let's see, we're going to need some more of these trails. And then I'm going to need another one from this one here. So we're going to have to Do the same deal on this one. Looks like I'm gonna need another one of those, and we'll get that. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much of that stuff on us until we can get this kind of situated a little bit better. I'm gonna bring this guy out just a tad like the other one, so we'll put that right there. All right, let's put down some of the science just to look to see where it needs to go. I'm gonna put one there. And then we should have this pretty much done here. There we go. So now what I want to do is I want to take this up here. I want to make these hearts. Requires the spores and the iron pods. So that means I got this little split over here where now right here I can take this split, bring this up here, and then I'll have it come through here, and then I don't know, I guess maybe I'll reroute this one down here instead. That's starting to look better. And look at that, now all these are running. They all have no recipe. What? I thought, oh okay, let's do that then. Yep, I forgot that we have to. All right, so now all of these are done. They just relax their ingredients, which is all still coming in and everything, so we should be golden on that. It's too bad that on here that I can't set this to say that I only want maybe 3 or 4 stacks, and then I want it to block off the rest of them. But right now we are doing pretty good. We got quite the nice little setup going on here. Everything looking snazzy and just, absolutely awesome. We are just doing a great job. We'll definitely have to do more on the next episode. Thank everyone for coming out and joining me. It's been super fun. I hope we have a wonderful day, and I will see you on our next video. You take care now, and bye-bye.